friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Daysi DIY. I want to show you the second video that I just create these beautiful home decor pieces. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. For the first project, we're going to be using these mini ornaments that I got at Walmart, and I got it last year, and I just removed this small tag from the middle and also the bow, and I didn't want to remove this piece of foam because we're going to be reusing, and I just put it to a side. We're not going to throw those pieces away because we can reuse it for other projects. I just grabbed a piece of this on the back of the calendar, and I just cut this beautiful image, and also I grab a piece of cardboard so we can place it, and I just used these glue sticks to put it, and it was really easy. We didn't use Mod Podge this time. And also on the edges, I just used a piece of this jute twine so we can cover the piece of cardboard so it can has at the same time a finished look on the edges. I'm going to be creating a messy bow, and for that I just grabbed this lace ribbon and this black ribbon and a piece of this jute twine, and I just wrap it all around. I just create another simple bow made of this raffia, and I just use my scissors to cut it on the side, and I just place it on the middle. The other thing that I did, I just cut the piece of ribbon on half so it can be a little bit smaller, the bow, and I just grabbed the image and I just glue it on the middle of this small basket, and I just placed the small messy bow on the middle. The next thing, I just grabbed a piece of this craft stick and I just cut small pieces, really small, so we can create a small cross. But I think it's way better to use a piece of these toothpicks. I think it's way easy to create it. And to paint it, we're using that craft white chalkboard paint. I just did one coat and I just let it dry completely. And once it was dry, I just used that Restore chalk paint on color white, and I just went over just to paint it a little bit more, and with a piece of sandpaper I just kind of removed a little bit of the paint, and it turned out really gorgeous, this small cross, and I just used hot glue to place it on the side. The other thing, with the same paint on color ink, I just went on the edges just to paint a little bit, and this is how it looks. Our project, once we're done, it turned out really adorable, and it will look really beautiful for a tier tray. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this project? For our next DIY, I'm going to be using 2 pieces of these small craft sticks, and I just cut it to the side that I need to make my cross, and also on the edges I just kind of round the edges so they don't be straight, and I just glue it with hot glue. But if you guys want a permanent hole, I think it's way better to use wood glue. And to paint it, we're going to be using again this craft white chalkboard paint on color ink, and once it's completely dry, I just went over on the top with this Restore chalk paint, and I just painted all the way. And first, I love to use a little bit of the paint, and once I'm done, I just go over again with the same paint so it can be a little bit more distressed. I'm gonna be using these shadow box that I got at Dollar Tree, and I just got this beautiful free printable that I found on Google to the site that I need, and I just used this glue stick and I just put it on the back of that image and I just placed it on the middle. It was really easy to use it. If you guys want, you guys can use Mod Podge. It holds pretty well just with this glue stick. And once I was done, I decided to distress a little bit the cross with the Waverly anti-wax, and it turned out really beautiful. And to glue the cross, I just used hot glue. If you guys want permanent hold, I think it's way better to use E6000. And I just grabbed a few pieces of this greenery to place it on the bottom part of the shadow box. If you guys want, you guys can just leave it without the greenery. I think it looks really beautiful, this project. It was really easy and simple project, but I think it turned out really beautiful. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this other project? For the next DIY, I'm going to be using this piece of wood that I had on hand, and also I just covered a few holes that I had with a little bit of the spackling. And to paint it, we're going to be using the Restylane chalk paint, and I just did one coat. And right now I'm showing you that I just paint this side, but I just create two side projects. So on the other side, I didn't paint it all the way because we're going to be using one piece of the calendar that I just show you on the other project, and I didn't paint it. I just create another beautiful small cross, and I just show you what I used to create it. And to paint it, we're going to be using this Waverly anti-wax, and I just did one coat and I just put it to a side and I let it dry. And here's the part where I show you that I didn't paint this side, and I just used a little bit of that Mod Podge to place that image, and I just did one coat on the top to seal the image. And once I'm done, I just put it to a side and let it dry. And once it's completely dry, I just placed the small cross in the middle, and that was all I did. And also at the last moment, I decided to distress it a little bit on the edges, and I think it turned out really beautiful, this project, and it will look really beautiful for a tier tray. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this project? For the next project, I'm going to be using this beautiful cross that I got at Dollar Tree, and to paint it, we're using the Restylane chalk paint on color white. I just did one coat and I just let it dry completely. And the other thing, once it was completely dry, I decided to distress it a little bit with the Waverly anti-wax, and it turned out really beautiful. I'm going to be using this beautiful piece of decor that I got at Dollar General, and I had it on hand, and I decided to paint just the letter it's inside, and for that I just used that Restylane chalk paint on color white, and I just did two coats and I just let it dry completely. The other thing that I did, I just used that Waverly anti-wax just on the edges so it can be a little bit dark, and I just did one coat and I just let it dry completely. And here's the part where I show you that I distressed with the same anti-wax, the small cross, and it turned out really beautiful like I said before. And once I'm done, I just place it on the middle, and to glue it, I'm just using hot glue, but if you guys want a permanent hold, I think it's better to use it 6000 or either wood glue. I think it will hold pretty well. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. It turned out really gorgeous, this piece. I love it, and it was really simple and easy to recreate. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this other project? For our next DIY, I'm going to show you on the other side of that piece of wood that we just paint. I decided to create lines, and I just create a few lines, and with my pencil I just went over twice so they can be a little bit dark. And once we're done, with a piece of paper towel that it's a little bit wet, I just went over on the top just to distress it a little bit, and I just want to show you how easy it was to distress the lines, and they turned out really beautiful. The other thing on the edges, we used that Waverly anti-wax to distress it a little bit. To me, it was just to clean the piece, you know, and you guys know that I love to distress all my pieces, and I know there's a lot of tons of people that they don't love to do this, so you guys can skip this step. I just grabbed a piece of this crafter square adhesive cord sheet, and I just kind of round the edges of the cord sheet so it can be a little bit round the edges. I'm pretty sure you guys can see in the video what I'm talking about. And also I decided to distress it a little bit, the edges, with the Waverly anti-wax, and I just peel out the sticker and I just place it on the middle. And once I was done, I just placed another beautiful cross, and I just show you on the other projects how I painted. And I didn't want to show you again because you guys might get boring to see over and over the same thing, so I just use hot glue to glue it. But if you guys want permanent hold, you guys can use it 6000. And this is how it looks, this project. It looks really beautiful, these two side projects. Do you guys have a favorite for this one? Please let me know in the comments down below. So that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time that I upload new video. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.